All right. So today we're making red wine braised short ribs, beef ribs. So right now we're prepping our vegetables. I have celery that I cut. I'm cutting some carrots. We also are going to chop some onion. Don't judge me on the way that I chop my onion, okay? I don't know what I'm doing. It's reminding me of like Kendall Jenner, okay? Just bear with me, y'all. I'm getting it chopped. All right, these are going to be put to the side also after I chop them because they're going to be sauteed in the meat after the meat juices, after I render down the tallow and sear all the sides. So here's my chopping of my onion. We're going to season up the beef now. All the sides need to be seasoned. So you're gonna see me rotate this a few times and rub it all into the plate to make sure that each little side, big side, all the sides are seasoned. It makes a huge difference with the flavor of the whole dish if like you don't season it properly, obviously, right? So here we are. I'm using salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, and paprika. Get that real nice, seasoned up, real good. All right, I'm gonna show you guys. Look at this. This is how you're supposed to season it. All right, you see that? You see that right there? Yeah. So that's my daughter walking behind me. She's hungry. She's pregnant with my grandson. Okay, guys, beef tallow. I use beef tallow for everything, or butter or olive oil, because I don't use that other stuff. It's not healthy for you. So we throw some beef tallow in there, and then I'm gonna heat that up because I'm gonna drop my meat in there. Here we go, meat's dropped. I'm searing each side. Each side needs to be seared. You cannot skip that part. Here I am showing you what a sear is gonna look like, all right? That's, you see the brown? That's a sear. Turn it over, flip it over. It's gonna take you a few minutes to get each side seared up, all right? Don't skip that part. There's the flavor profile that like is in the dish from the searing, and it makes the meat better and tender when it cooks. Beautifully seared. You see that? You see that? We're going to remove it from the pot now. All right, we're removing it from the pot because I'm going to use the juices from that searing of the meat, and we're going to cook our veggies in it. All right, adding the veggies. You already know. We're going to cook this up. We're going to cook them up till the onions are a little translucent. I add a little tomato paste in there. That's for flavorage, bro. I don't have Worcestershire sauce. I usually would add some Worcestershire sauce, but we ain't got none. So we ain't got none. We ain't gonna put none. We're gonna fry this up real good, saute them up to where the veggies get real soft. I'm fast forwarding this a lot. We're gonna also add some red wine. Okay, y'all. The red wine I add into it, that's that Menage a Trois one. It's more of a Malbec, so like a sweeter one. They have different like types. You can get whatever wine you like, all right? A red wine. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm grabbing some garlic. We're gonna cut the top of the garlic in half, excuse me, and then throw that chunk in there like that, all right? Garlic. Now this is me rendering down the alcohol in the wine. This is where I add the meat back after you like cook down the wine in the alcohol or whatever content for the sauce. You add the meat. That's gonna be chicken broth. Excuse me, beef broth on top. I just add the whole 32 ounces because it ends up cooking down in the cooking process. All right, into the oven we go. Here she is when we take her out. You ain't never seen nothing like that. All right, next I'm going to take the meat out of this, remove all of it, because I'm going to be straining this into a saucepan. Don't judge me about my saucepan, all right? It's been through some shit, and I'm barely upgrading my kitchen, y'all, all right? Here's the saucepan. Like I said, don't judge her. She does her job, all right? We take all the veggies, everything out. I'm going to keep this sauce. I'm gonna actually add a little bit of butter to that in a second. You'll see like 2 tablespoons, maybe 3 tablespoons of butter right into the sauce. All right. And then we're gonna cook that down, baby. We're gonna cook her down until she gets thick. What I didn't video here is I added some brown sugar. I like for my sauce to be a little bit sweeter, more on like the barbecue side, but it's not barbecue-ish. I don't know how to explain it, all right? I added a little bit of brown sugar to it. Look at that nice thickness. That's how you want it to coat your spoon. That's how you know it's ready. We're going to plate ourselves the most beautiful plate you ever seen ever, all right? Now it's ugly the way I'm plating because, like I said, I'm barely upgrading my kitchen. And I was cooking this for like 3.5 hours. So, it took forever. I got excited by the time it was done. I'm using the same spoon for everything. I'm not even using serving spoons. But do you see that sauce? Look at it.